What's up guys, James Holt back with another video. Today I'm going to talk about blogging, whether you should start a blog as a business, how to build a blog, how to build an audience, whether blogging is the right way to go in 2018 and beyond. And if you're reading this, if you're reading my notes here, you can already tell the way I'm going to come out on this. Thing is, this video is somewhat directed at a lot of the guys who follow me on Twitter, a lot of the guys I interact with on Twitter who are bloggers, who do try to build up a brand via a blog. And it is somewhat directed at beginners also, because I want to show that you don't need to follow in bloggers' footsteps. There is another path. In fact, I think there is a far better path that you can follow instead. Mostly I'm trying to help these beginners because if you're already a blogger, then you're sold. There's no point trying to convince you otherwise. I honestly don't think most bloggers are open enough to try new things and perhaps realize that blogging wasn't the most effective use of their time just because they've invested so much and the emotional investment in what they've built is huge. And perhaps they're also blinded by the somewhat level of success that they've had. Because if you've put in 3 years blogging and now you're at a stage where you can earn a livable wage from your blog, then you may consider that a success and you may pride yourself in the discipline and all the effort it required to get there. But I'm here saying there is a better way, there is a faster way, there is a more efficient and more effective way to build a brand, and that's what we're going to talk about now. So, the problem with blogging, fundamentally, is that it's a very, very slow way to build a brand. Perhaps there was a time when it was easier, when you could write good quality content and have it rank in the search engines. But right now, it's hard. And I know guys are really good at this, and this doesn't apply to you. If you're an SEO expert, if you're great at keyword research, then this really does not apply to you because you have a unique skill set. However, as a beginner, blogging is not the best way to go right now, simply because it takes far too long, it takes far too much time, and you need to learn skills that don't really carry over. SEO is a great skill to have, but it doesn't carry over to much else, in my experience. If you learn copywriting, if you learn how to sell, then you can sell on your blog, or you can sell on Twitter, or you can sell on an email list, or you can sell on YouTube, or you can sell on some new social media platform that doesn't even exist yet. The same can't be said for the skill of SEO. It applies only to Google, and it changes over time as Google's algorithm changes. So I don't think SEO is the most powerful skill you can learn if you're just getting started today. I've been very clear about this. Sales, copywriting is what you need to learn if you're a beginner and you want to make money online. So let's assume that you're a beginner listening to this. A blog is fine. Having a blog is not per se a bad idea, but a blog should just be a part of your strategy. It should be one way you communicate with your potential audience, one way that you get readers or get people to listen to your message, one way that you sell. It should not be the entire strategy. A blog is not a business. A blog is a communication tool, and a very good one at that. I'm not hating on blogging by any means. I don't currently have a blog for my personal brand, but that is coming. I'm going to start blogging soon. But keep in mind that I didn't build my audience on the blog. I built my audience first via Twitter, YouTube, email list, and then I'm taking them to a blog later just as an additional way to deliver content. Because for some types of content, a blog is a great way to deliver that. So keep that in mind. A blog is a communication tool, a very good one, but it is not a business. It is at best a small part of a business. If you're a blogger currently, you sort of have to ask yourself, Do you want to do this as a hobby or as a business? If you consider yourself an artist and you want to share your ideas, perhaps political ideas, perhaps self-improvement ideas, perhaps you just want to chronicle your journey from beginner to intermediate to advanced. For all of those things, a blog is useful. However, a blog is just not a good way to build a business, a brand from the ground up, simply because it takes too long. You don't have any organic traffic. You're relying on Google to eventually pick up that your site is good and to start sending you traffic. That takes too long, and the feedback loop is just too slow. You don't know whether what you're doing is going to succeed until months and months down the line. And I don't think that's a good thing if you're just getting started with business. Businesses sell products or services. It doesn't really matter. You can sell products, you can sell services, you can do both. But you have to sell something. You can even sell other people's products. But what you can't do is just build up a blog, build up readership, and then think that you will decide later what to do with that. That is not a business. That is a hobby at best. If you just want to build an audience, you want to have readers, you want to have people who listen to you, who value your opinion, your advice, because let's be honest, if you're just sharing your advice at a dinner party or in your social circle, most people don't give a damn. If you feel great that people now value your opinion, then cool, by all means, write your blog. But if you don't have a plan to monetize it from day one, or at least very quickly, then you do not have a business. You just have a hobby. Remember that. If you want to run a blog as a hobby, that is fine. If not, you need to change course. You're doing something wrong. If you do want to build an audience and you're not doing so just for fun, but because you want to make money from it, I think social media is the far better way to establish yourself because it's faster. They already have users. Twitter has users. YouTube has users. You can benefit from these platforms where people go to already. And some of those people will come to your brand. What about control? A lot of people have this misconception that a blog is fundamentally better than social media because you have control. You know, they point to examples of people who were blocked, and then there's this hysteria, and it's a false hysteria, about imagine if you build up this business on Twitter and then Twitter can block you at any time. First of all, unless you've got a political message, and I know a lot of people that follow me do have a political message sort of from the right-wing sphere, and that's fine, but even then, the chances of you being blocked are fairly low. And I'm not saying that you should only focus on one platform. What I'm saying is build yourself up on one or two social media platforms, get an audience, get people that know you, that like you, that value your opinion, your content, your insight, whatever it is you share, and then move them to a platform that you control. In my case, that would be my email list. In your case, that might be your blog, your website, although I do think everyone should have an email list. Yes, you need control, but you don't need to be in control of everything. Take advantage of the leverage that being on these big platforms with existing user bases gives you. You'll get a lot more attention a lot quicker that way, and if your message is good, if it resonates with people, then you will be able to take those people from that platform that you don't control and move them to a platform that you do control. That is key. So when people talk about the lack of control on social media, just point this out. Remember this. You don't need to solely be on one platform. Build up your audience on one platform. Even if you don't control it, that's fine. As long as you move those people to another platform that you do control. And of course, if you're building a business, you have to then make money on the new platform. It's no use if you make all your money from Twitter and then if Twitter shuts you down, that's your income source. Gone. So you need to make money on the platform that you control, at least a large portion of your income. That's how I view control. And don't get me wrong, I used to be just like you. I used to think that social media was stupid. And personally, I'm not a big social media user. I only use it for business. I'm not someone who naturally loves Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. I just use it for business because it's very effective for business, because it's got that existing user base, and growing a following quickly, explosively is far more likely to happen on Twitter, on YouTube, than on your own blog. That's just my 2 cents on it. Based on my experience, based on what I've seen others do, I'm now at a stage where my Twitter audience or my email list is larger after 4 or 5 months of building this brand than other people's audience who have been posting for years on their blog. Just let that sink in. And you can be proud of the determination, the hours, and all the work you've put in. Or you can just work a bit smarter and not be as dogmatic about the importance of control. Because yes, control matters, but you need to put that in the right context, which is that you need to control some or a large part of your income producing business. You don't need to control the whole thing. That would just be stupid and hinder your growth. So that's about all I have to say on that today. I realize that anyone who's already blogging, who's invested a lot of time into that, probably isn't going to listen to this. That's simply human nature, but I hope I can help some beginners who perhaps look up to these big bloggers. And I know I used to as well. I still do to some, because there are some great bloggers. But just because it worked for them does not mean that it is the right decision for you. You have to view the amount of time that they've put into it, and in a lot of times I don't think it's worth it anymore. I think there are better ways to grow your brand online. So that's my opinion. That's the advice I would give to newcomers to this space, and that's all I have to say on that. If you like this video, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you like my content, make sure you follow me on Twitter and sign up to the email list. Go to startsellingstuff.com. Sign up there for the daily emails where I control the platform. That's essentially what it's about. You're watching this YouTube video. If you like it, go to my email list. It's a platform I control where I send you cool stuff every day. Promotional emails, informative emails, fun emails. I send you everything. It's a lot of fun and I control it. See what I'm doing there? I'm moving you from a platform I don't control to a platform I do control. I practice what I preach. Anyway, that's all for today, and I'll see you in the next video.